Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and that car parked behind me is the updated and upgraded 2018 Hyundai Sonata. Now, on paper, the Sonata is one of the smartest picks in the midsize family sedan segment. It's affordable, it's a great value, it's roomy, it's safe, and it comes with a killer warranty and roadside assistance plan. Plus, it offers the latest technologies. You can also get it in regular strength, turbocharged strength, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid versions. There's literally something for everyone here. So why isn't this car more popular? I have an idea about that, and I think Hyundai may have fixed the problems for 2018. Let's go for a drive and talk about what makes this new Sonata better than ever. Now, generally speaking, people have stopped buying cars. Instead, they want crossover SUVs, and in my opinion, for lots of good reasons. Nevertheless, within its competitive segment, Sonata sales are in steeper decline than most other midsize sedans, and my bet, honestly, is that people just find this car to be boring. Now, as luck would have it, I recently rented one during a vacation. Now, besides the fact that it came in basic SE trim, that rental was perfect for my family of 4 and our week's worth of stuff. But it was pretty dull to look at, and it was a snooze to drive. This new 2018 Sonata is definitely improved in the looks department. The front end is new from the windshield forward, better tying the Sonata to other Hyundai models, and around back, a new trunk lid, taillights, and bumper give the Sonata a more upscale look. Overall, the result is a greater sense of style, which is a trait that is lacking in the outgoing 2017 version of the car. Now, granted, I am driving the top-of-the-line limited 2.0T with the turbocharged engine, the fanciest wheels, and the nicest interior. But considering that the sticker price is just $33,460 before you apply any discounts, which are almost certain to be available, you can get the same level of style for less than the average transaction price of a new car today. So, here's the question. Does the new styling work? Well, I came out of a store the other day to find a couple that was checking this car out and trying to figure out what it was. Apparently, to the typical consumer, that stylized H signifying Hyundai is meaningless, and they evidently didn't know which company made a Sonata. But they definitely liked it quite a bit. Now, changes to the 2018 Sonata's interior are not quite as obvious. There are some new finishes that dress up the cabin, and I particularly like the piano key buttons for main infotainment, menu selections, and the climate controls. The blue stitching and piping on my test car seats match with the very cool blue nighttime cabin illumination, and I like the carbon pattern aluminum trim that's on the dashboard and the door panels. Otherwise, the cabin is pretty much the same as it was before, and that's not a bad thing. Materials look and feel good, the seats are comfortable, and the Sonata's rear seat is positively huge. I like the thick-rimmed flat-bottom steering wheel too, and it even has paddle shifters that are actually useful when you're driving the Sonata like you stole it. My test car has heated and ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, rear air conditioning vents, and even manual rear side window shades. One thing it doesn't have, because Hyundai has discontinued it, is a panoramic glass roof. That feature is gone in order to save weight, improve fuel economy, and effectively lower the car's center of gravity. Now, given how much space the Sonata provides inside, it is not surprising at all that the full-size Hyundai Azera has been discontinued for 2018. I mean, the Sonata might as well be a full-size car. And that goes for the trunk too. Now, most versions of the 2018 Sonata are equipped with Hyundai's smart trunk opener, but when it pops the lid, it doesn't rise all the way out of the way, so it's somewhat pointless. Inside, you're going to find 16.3 cubic feet of volume, which makes this one of the biggest trunks in the midsize sedan segment. Unfortunately, once you've loaded it, there's no handle or slot to use to swing it shut, so you'll need to put your fingers or hand on the dirty outside of the lid in order to slam it closed. Now, for 2018, Hyundai adds a new USB charging port for rear seat occupants. It makes wireless device charging available, and it installs a faster processor for the optional navigation system. which now, by the way, offers a new bird's eye view vantage point. Furthermore, Hyundai makes blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert standard on all Sonatas, and it's added a new lane keeping assist technology to the available lane departure warning system. None of this is the big technological news for 2018 though. From my perspective, what's important to know is that every 2018 Sonata now provides 3 free years of BlueLink subscription services. Now, highlights of that include automatic collision notification, SOS emergency calling, remote access to certain vehicle features right from your smartphone, safe teen driver functions related to speed, curfew, and geographic boundaries, and a whole lot more. And it's all free and for 3 years. Plus, BlueLink is now Amazon Alexa compatible. But honestly, I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing. Now here's something that's definitely good though. My Sonata 2.0T test car is equipped with a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, which I highly recommend for its seamless power and responsive acceleration. It makes its maximum 260 pound-feet of torque from just 1,350 RPM all the way to 4,000 RPM. And at that point, the engine is well on its way to making its maximum 245 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. Now, translated, that means that there's a steady flow of mechanical force coming from under the hood. It's strong enough to break the front wheels loose off the line, and it provides robust passing power at speed. For 2018, every Sonata 2.0T also gets a new 8-speed automatic transmission for improved low-end response and better fuel economy on the highway. So, how does the Sonata actually perform in that regard? Well, the EPA says that you should expect 26 miles per gallon in combined driving with this car, and I got 24.1 miles per gallon out on my test loop. I got that result despite the fact that I used the eco driving mode for about 1/3 of the miles to help make up for the fact that I used the sport driving mode and the paddle shifters for all the mountain driving. Speaking of mountain driving, Hyundai has retuned the Sonata's steering and suspension for improved ride and handling qualities. Now, turbocharged models take the improvements a step further, with a stiffer sport-tuned suspension, rack-mounted rather than column-mounted electric steering, and a sport calibration for the steering. The front brakes are larger too, and the Sonata 2.0T has 18-inch wheels wrapped in 235/45 Michelin tires. From the driver's seat, the Sonata 2.0T instantly feels like it wants to play, especially in comparison to standard models. From its speedy acceleration and transmission paddle shifters to its hefty steering effort levels and its taut suspension, you can tell that this is the version of the Sonata that is tuned for rapid transit. The powertrain is terrific, and the brakes prove themselves up to the job of repeatedly scrubbing speed and then executing a panic stop. Overall, the Sonata 2.0T is enjoyable to drive, especially compared to the previous version of the car. The trouble is, in this segment, there are cars that go faster or feel genuinely alive in the driver's hands or provide the extra traction and capability of all-wheel drive. And those models typically plant a smile rather than just a grin on a driver's face. In a declining segment, Hyundai is facing 2 all-new heavy-hitter midsize sedans for 2018, the redesigned Honda Accord and the redesigned Toyota Camry. Now, I've driven the Camry, and dynamically it impresses. But that car isn't perfect, and if I had to choose between this version of the Sonata and a Camry XSE, I think I might actually go with the Hyundai. Why's that? Well, as has been true for years, the latest Sonata makes a compelling right-brain argument in favor of purchase. Now, for 2018, it also makes a left-brain case for consideration, especially in 2.0T format. This is a nice car to look at, a nice car to drive, and a nice car to spend hours at a time in. But will that be enough to sustain the Sonata? We'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, Hyundai'd better get a redesigned Santa Fe replacement on the road ASAP. Be sure to check out my full review of the new Sonata on CarGurus.com, and if you found this review helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us here at CarGurus, thank you for watching.